All right, let's go live. Hello, hello everyone. I got here as quickly as I could. I was just, I was actually just at a chiropractor appointment. I had put my neck out somehow, and whether it was chopping wood or doing whatever, and so I had to make an emergency trip to the chiropractor. He got me sorted out, so I got back as quickly as I could. Thank you for joining me. And it is a Friday. We're doing a Thursday travel talk on a Friday. So thank you for being here. Snort a poop is Q. Why is he tempting me with food? Oh, did you like that thumbnail? Yeah, I'm glad you liked that, my friend. And who else is here? I want to say hello to West Kegel, as always. Good to see you. And yes, Eugene Bird Enterprises says Doomcock was feeling sick last week. Maybe his throat out of commission. Yes, so that's also. I just came from the Wrench messenger board and just confirming that Doomcock is not doing a show tonight. So that is too bad. I don't. He hasn't communicated to us what the reason is. He said he's physically well and it's something out of his control. So he'll let us know when he can. So Eugene Bird says, or Old Man Bird says, that barbecue thumbnail has us salivating. Sorry, not livating. What the hell is livating? Salivating. Yes, absolutely. That's a good one. That's let me pull up some pictures here, folks. You didn't come here to look at me. So let's start off. I think we can start off with that. Why don't we start off with that picture? If this is the one I think we're talking about, and I believe it is. And now, Old Man Bird, you would recognize that. Let's put it up here, folks. And yeah, thank you for being here. I know there's a few people in the chat. It wasn't possible for me to do the stream last night. It just was not possible. But so I always try and do a makeup stream on the rare occasion that I can't stream on a Thursday. I'll try and do it the next day. So here we are. It's 3:25 p.m. on Pacific time. And yeah, so you're talking about Old Man Bird. So Enterprise's software architect is Old Man Bird. And you are talking about this picture right here. Let's bring it up. And hopefully you all can hear me well. I haven't checked on YouTube yet. I'm sure you'd let me know. Okay. So that is incredible. And Old Man Bird would definitely recognize that picture because his tray, looking very similar, was right across the table from this one. In fact, if I had a picture of the whole shot from zoomed out, you'd see a little bit of his tray in that shot. So yeah, it was it was Old Man Bird's idea to go to this place for barbecue. This is a place called Black's, and it's as good as it looks. Oh my goodness, Texas barbecue. I gotta say, it lived up to his reputation. I had high standards going. How do you like that, Snorty? You must be getting hungry now looking at that, eh? Oh yeah. So that's in the top right corner. I believe that was yam potatoes, sweet potatoes, in the orange, and then the beans, of course, in the bowl. And beans with pork in them, of course, delicious. And then you've got some ribs, and then you have some brisket underneath, and some chicken, a big piece of barbecued chicken there. So the brisket is underneath on the bottom. But yeah, those ribs, I believe they were, Old Man Bird, do you remember they were beef ribs, I believe, weren't they? I'm pretty sure. Snorty, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who else is. Ooh, who else did I just see? I saw Jason Love. Very good to see you. Absolutely good to see you as always. And also Tim, FKHC. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. We are going to look at more than just food, I promise you. But this was just such a good picture. And the barbecue was such a highlight. I mean, but okay, first of all, the people. The people I met, Tiger Stripes, Old Man Bird, Eugene Bird, Anti-Derivative Jill and her wonderful family, Sean Carter, Tyron, Tyron, and Rennie L. You guys all were the highlights of the trip, bar none. The Texan people, whether you're new to Texas or born in Texas, and my friends were a mix of the above. Um, they were just wonderful, delightful people. And I got a complaint actually about the two travel streams ago. I did the Alamo in San Antonio, and Tiger Stripes and Anti-Derivative Jill, as you may know, helped co-host that show because they were both there on that excursion, and it was fantastic. And so we covered a lot of the Alamo there, but one complaint I got was that we didn't discuss enough our interactions and what it was like meeting our fellow YouTubers. So I will try and correct that going forward. Good criticism, and I will absolutely take action on that. Snortapoopus, it's always good to have you, sir. Why is your name in black? Let's check this out on YouTube. And why are you in black and not wrenched? Because you certainly should be wrenched for quite a long time. Let's just double check that. Okay, yeah, no, sound is good on YouTube. Snorty, did you ask not to be a wrench? Because I can't imagine that. If you don't wish to be a wrench, I mean, certainly not. But let's make you a wrench here. And I want to say hello. Ooh, look who else is in the chat. I want to Jason Love, of course. I said hello to you. Miskatonic Madman, hello and welcome to you, sir. We are looking at barbecue Texas style. This is from a place that Eugene Bird took me to called Black's. And I kept the beverage cup because I got some sweet tea while I was there. And I kept the beverage cup behind me as a souvenir, so I'll show you that. AJ Steihacker, hello and welcome to you. Good to see you. And oh yeah, it was as good. I couldn't finish it. I ended up taking half of it home and ate it later that evening. Yeah, there you go. Exactly, Eugene Bird. And hello, Molecular Arts. Man, you are one person I would really like to discuss your recent trips and travels with, and especially if you have any food pictures, my friend. I don't know if you know my old X account was permanently I shut down for some reason. I don't know. They wouldn't say why. They just killed it. So I'll put in my new X. So if you want to message me there, I'd love to organize a show with you, sir. And you can show as many photos as you wish. It's up to you. But even just talking about travel and your adventures would be fantastic. So it is. Let me put it in here. And it's similar to the other one, except the I in Canadian is a 1 instead of an I. There you go. That is my X. If you want to get a hold of me, I'd love to do a show with you, my friend. And yeah, Wes Cagle saying hello. Anti-Derivative Jill, hello. Anti-Derivative Jill says, my 6-year-old daughter now accurately says, occasionally says, remember the Alamo. Oh, that is you're darn right. She was adorable. And fantastic to meet her and your whole family. And Snortapoopus is welcoming our friend Suzanne. Hello, Suzanne. Good to see you. Excellent to see you. Now this is inside Black's. They have on the wall really interesting memorabilia. They have photos of people that they have, like celebrities that they've catered to. And they have, that's Diane Sawyer. So she was enjoying their Black's barbecue. And if you don't know who Diane Sawyer is or was, she's a newscaster, one of the main newscasters for mainstream media. She was always on the television back in the day. She did. Oh, it cut off his head. Damn it. Ah, way to go, Steve. Bad editing. That is, damn it. You can't see that, can you? Damn it. That is, who's the boxer? George Foreman. That is George Foreman on the left. What a horrible man. Way to go. way to preview this. And welcome to you, Gunnar, 1956. Thanks for being here. And hey, crouching Taylor, Hidden Swift. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And okay, DC said Friday Night Frolics is postponed until Sunday. Okay, that was the idea. Yeah, so okay, good. We will join Doomcock Night, not tonight, but we will join him on Sunday for Friday Night Frolics. So it'll be Sunday Night Frolics. Excellent. And yeah, really happy to have everyone here. So thanks for joining me. We're not going to be too long. I've got about maybe 40 pictures that I haven't seen. Just wrapping up Texas and showing you folks things that I encountered in Texas. So there is the Black's Barbecue, and they have a few locations. They've got 4 locations. I want to now let me grab the cup behind me. Yeah, here we go. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this was the beverage cup, and hopefully that is displaying correctly for you. But that is the oldest barbecue in Texas that is still run by the same family since 1932, it says. And we went to, I think it was New Braunfels, wasn't it, Old Man Bird? That's where you took me to, New Braunfels. Yeah, and that location was fantastic. Real nice atmosphere. Beautiful meat. That the staff was incredible. There wasn't too many people there, so we had our pick of tables, and yeah, just a beautiful spot. So not that I'm advertising for them, but you saw how good that meat was, so I wouldn't steer you wrong. And okay, now this is a different steakhouse. This was Texas Roadhouse. It was called Texas Roadhouse, and so we did the takeout from there, and it was delicious. But I ran in and I took a picture of their meat, just because it was so incredible. Like that's several in Canada. That's several $100 worth of meat we're looking at there. Sorry, vegetarians, you won't like that. And there's my hand, so you can get it with the Doomcock ring, of course. This one right here. Shout out to Doomcock. Yeah, so you can get an idea of just how big that meat is. Just incredible. And anti-derivative Jill said, Jill, if you want a link, I know you've been streaming today, so you're probably tired, but if you want a link, I would love to have you up here. She says, I am trying to help the talented Cinema Gulp get to 1,000 subs. 13 away? I've already subbed to him. Yes, please check out Ben and his channel, Cinema Gulp. Please double check that you're subscribed, and there's the link right there. Thank you, Jill. Absolutely. He's one fellow I definitely want to promote. Him and his crew. I know he's got a few people there that work on that together. And I really enjoy talking with Ben, and I've streamed with him a couple of times, and I was meant to go on last time with him probably about 3 months ago now, and that's the same day my X account was killed, so I lost all communication with him, so I wasn't able to join him. Sort of a no-show on that one, and I felt bad about that. So Ben, if you're listening to this, I would love jump at the chance to join you again at any time. And there's my current and proper X contact information right there. Spider_Canadian with 1 instead of an I in Canadian. So there you go. Good to see everybody here. So yeah, let's. So that's the meat, folks. That's the meat, and the Texas Roadhouse was delicious. The takeout was just as good as eating in. I betcha. And it was a live, man. I tell you, the atmosphere in there. It was a Western party in there. It was a Friday night, if I recall correctly, wasn't it? I believe it was a Friday night. We were there, and the place was pumping with good music. And okay, so there's me on a Texas Longhorn. Shout out to Tyron Lethbridge. Rennie and Tyron were there, and Tyron took this photo. Thanks so much. I think it was, and I cut my own head off. Damn it. I got to do a better job of this. Sorry, folks. I was guessing the proportions, and obviously I guessed a little bit wrong on that one. Cut most of my head off. Whatever. You're not looking at me anyway. You're looking at the Texas Longhorn. So if you were, imagine for for me to spread my arms out. I could not touch both his horn tips at one time. I guarantee I couldn't. Not that I would try. So if I have an arm span of 5'6", he's that's got to be at least 6'6" between his horns, and they were sharp, and they were there was no one coming close to them because his handler was just out of this shot. Nice, friendly, looked like maybe perhaps a Texan of Mexican descent, and he was a friendly guy with a big belt buckle and a Texas hat. It was $10, and I think Tyron snapped 5 photos, so $2 a photo really there for that. No, that was worth it. It was a big animal, I'll tell you what. Holy crap! I've been on horses before. Been on a few horseback rides. The last one I think was in China, and this guy was a lot different than being. Been on a camel, been on an elephant. This guy was more like being on an elephant than a horse, in my opinion. Ooh, okay, yeah. So there's another picture of the barbecue food that we had at Black's. I just thought I'd throw that up there again. Ooh, okay. So speaking of meat, this is the beef jerky section of our local Buc-ee's gas station that had a huge in-house jerked beef jerky, and they had, I think, like 12 different kinds or more. So what one's that? That's the ghost pepper. Yeah, did I try the ghost pepper? I might have. And I think I tried the couple of other flavors there too. Can't remember which ones, but they were good. So if you get a chance, if you're driving through Texas, stop at a Buc-ee's and get some jerky. Highly recommended. And it looked like they were doing everything right there. I know they do the fudge in-house. That's in Fort Worth. Oh, sorry, Snortopoopas. What a terrible job I am doing. Yes, that is in Fort Worth. That was where I was on the Longhorn, the Texas Longhorn cow. Is that a cow or a bull? I think it's a bull. This guy right there. Yes, sorry. That's in a place called the Stockyards, which is a famous cowboy place in Fort Worth. So yes, the Stockyards. I think it's like, it seemed like a historic part of downtown, I want to say. Very cobblestone, lots of cowboys, lots of belt buckles. We were there. Tyron and Rennie and I went out to dinner there. Didn't even realize there was some sort of a rodeo festival going on. I think that was again on a Friday night. Or no, that was a Sunday night. I was there. Yeah, no, Sunday. And you were at the Lockhart original location. Oh, okay. Thank you, Old Man Bird. I was at the original Lockhart. Oh, okay. What do you know? Not the new Braunfeld's location, the Lockhart location. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for that. I see. I wasn't, now in my defense. I didn't know. I was sober, folks. I didn't know where I was because I wasn't driving. Old Man Bird was generous enough to be driving, so I didn't really know. I was just the passenger with my jaw on the floor, watching all the beauty that is the Texas countryside. So yeah, we took a roundabout way to get there, so I had no idea where we were. But that's awesome. Thank you. And yeah, this is in Fort Worth, the Lockhart barbecue location. That is, I don't know, probably, I want to say 40 minutes south of Austin, if I was to guess, half an hour south of Austin in Lockhart. And Texas Roadhouse rules. I was impressed, Jill. It was like the keg except Texas style and just better, and a party. It was great. And let's see, we got that. That's the jerky. Ooh, yeah, more jerky. What kinds are this? Peppered turkey. Okay, I did get the peppered turkey. And the Bohemian garlic. Now, what makes it Bohemian, I wonder? Other spices other than garlic? Interesting. But yeah, not much of a photo, really. I realize that. But yeah, the turkey, if you want to see turkey jerky, that's it. And it was really quite good and delicious peppered. And here's another thing you can get in the Buc-ee's. This seems to be a meat stream tonight, or this afternoon. It's a meat stream that's smoked pork tenderloin and smoked turkey tenderloins. I didn't even realize turkey had tenderloins, but apparently they do, and you can smoke them. So right there in the Buc-ee's, You can get smoked pork tenderloin and smoked turkey tenderloin. And I'm making myself hungry now. Snortopoopas Q Burr in the chat says, I went to a really good barbecue place in Fort Worth back in the 1980s. I forgot what it was called. I wonder if it was Black's. Huh. Well, I didn't see your photo on the wall there, Snorty. I would have noticed a polar bear on the wall, but you weren't at that location. I think they would have taken a photo of you had you been. And Suzanne, it's great to have you here, Suzanne. Excellent to have you, by the way. I think I know. I believe I believe you're a fan of barbecue, and so I believe that, and I bet you'd like Texas, Suzanne. Anti-derivative Jill in the chat says, I would love to join, but I need to take the kids to a Halloween event. Oh, that is fun. I guess it is a week away. Carla Burton is in Fort Worth right now. Fantastic. Carla Burton. Awesome. She's another good friend. Good for her, Carla. It's X tells me that Spider_Canadian can't be messaged. Well. Oh, that's not an exclamation point. It's Canadian is spelled with a. Did I put an exclamation point there? Not supposed to. Oh, did I shift and then hit a 1? I did. I hit shift, didn't I? Damn it! No, that's not an exclamation point. It's supposed to be a 1. I hit shift. That's what happens when you try and do too many things at once. It's Spider_Canadian with a 1 in Canadian, not an exclamation point. Thank you, Molecular Arts, correcting me all the way from Tasmania. So it is. See if I can do this correctly. Spider_Canadian with a 1. That's correct. Third time's a charm, right? Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much. And I do have the meats. You got it, Eugene Bird. We have the meats. And Sort of Poopa says, has Rennie made Tyrant start wearing a cowboy hat, boots, and belt buckle? You know what? He did have a belt buckle. I was just happy he was wearing pants. Bill buckles and a few RIP Wheeler doubles, indeed. And it is a bull. Okay, it is a bull. Excellent. And let's see. Snortopoopas Cuber says to Eugene Bird, I met her a couple of years ago when she and her family visited Orlando. Well, that's fantastic. Now, let's see. Moving on. Past the meats. Okay, now this is, you can get a to-go cup, and that is pork tenderloin that they're cooking right there in-house with some cheese with it and some pretzels on top in a separate container to keep them nice and crispy. That was a fantastic snack, I want to say. I wish our gas stations here had that smoked tenderloin to go in a to-go cup. Like, what a good idea! And you know what? I think that was less than $5 American. I want to say that was $4.90 or something like that. Yeah. What a good deal. It was I know it's a gas station, I know, but I was excited about it. See, there's the Buc-ee's right there. It's not just a gas station, okay? You are kidding. Well, that is definitely my ex. You know what? I'll look at it afterwards, and maybe I have to follow you back in order to do that. I'm not sure, but we'll sort it out. No worries there. Because that is definitely yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, Spider_Canadian. Now, is it case sensitive? Huh. Because this now, no, it shouldn't be. Try capital S and try capital C, just in case it's case sensitive. You never know. But anyway, wow, that's much better than a lot of gas station food. You got that right, Jason. Yeah, Molecular Arts. Maybe try the that's it. Capital S, capital C. No, that should be it. I'm looking at the profile on another tab. That is definitely it. So this is Austin. I was walking to meet Tiger Stripes at another barbecue place called. I think this is a barbecue Texas stream. I should have said in the title, I guess, because a lot of the photos are barbecue. This is Austin, downtown Austin, and it's really quite nice to drive around. There's some traffic at times, yes, but compared to Toronto and Vancouver, it was quite lovely. The signage was good. There was construction on the highways, of course, as always. But you had lots of off ramps. You had good lights. It was just well laid out. I really enjoyed driving around Austin. And so there's a little bit of the downtown, and there was pretty cheap parking around. There are parking garages that pretty well centrally located that let you walk around different parts of downtown Austin. And it was only, I think, a few dollars for this one near what is it, the Congress building? Yeah, the Capitol building there. I think there's a parking garage for visitors to that building, and it was only a few dollars. So I walked to Franklin's Barbecue, which is one of Austin's more popular barbecue joints, and met Tiger Stripes there and had a lovely lunch. But had to get there by 10 a.m. Otherwise, you wouldn't get brisket. It opens at 11, so you have to get there an hour before they open. Otherwise, you won't get any brisket because they do run out. And so there is the street. You'll recognize this. This is the gate on the street leading up to Franklin's Barbecue, and with the Lone Star, the symbol of Texas, right there. And I didn't see too many of these around us. I think this is the only one I saw. So if you see this, look around, and there's Franklin's. There's the roof of Franklin's right in the back. What a beautiful barbecue place that was. And here's the inside. So not a huge spot inside, but there are picnic tables outside around on the lawn there and on the side streets. So we sat at a picnic table and up on the outside covered patio on the upper deck. They have some seats, and we sat up there. So yeah, that was lovely. And okay, so here it is. There's the smoked jalapeno sausage. The smoked brisket is right at the bottom there, top bottom left, with the darker sort of crust on the outside. Oh my goodness, that brisket was good. And then that is, I think, pork ribs in the center and right in the foreground, beside the jalapeno sausage. And then we had smoked turkey up on the right hand side, the big slabs of smoked turkey. And it looks like, beans and little trays of beans. So that was, oh my goodness. The two of us couldn't finish that. Could not finish that. It was so good. It was incredible. Jason Love in the chat says, salivating at the thought of brisket. Well, there it is right there. Now, who did I see Pleasant Valley come in here? Hello, Pleasant Valley Picker. Good to see you, sir. Hi, the usual suspects. Okay, and Molecular Art says, definitely the right account because I can see your feed. Oh, okay, great. Excellent, my friends. So there you go. We will make sure to be in touch. I'll follow you back, and then we should be able to message. Because I would love to hear about your travel. So anyone that doesn't know, Molecular Arts just came back from a trip all over the world. He went to quite a few interesting places, many of which I haven't been to. So I'd love to chat with you about that anytime you want. It doesn't have to be a Thursday. I'll talk about travel any day at the drop of a hat. And yeah, good to see you. PvP saying hello to everybody. And PvP says Austin is red. Surprise! I always heard they were more left. Yeah, yep, they are pretty left in a sea of conservatism. Confuzzled bears. He says I meant blue, but of course, red is liberals in Canada and blue is conservative in Canada, which is the opposite colors in America, is my understanding. Sadly, you are correct. PvP says Enterprises. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But Austin, you never know. There's hope. You add some sweet and sassy barbecue sauce. Oh my goodness. The sauces. Okay. So while Tiger Stripes and I were eating, enjoying this, what you're looking at right here at a place called Franklin's, that's one of Austin's, like I said, more well-renowned barbecue places. They had it was an espresso, an in-house made espresso barbecue sauce, and that was my favorite. And then they had a super spicy in-house one, and then a sweet one as well. And the sauces, they were homemade recipes, and they were just fantastic, made right there. And I gotta say, if you go to Franklin's, definitely enjoy the sauces. Like, get the sauces; they're worth it. And yeah, it looks like this is going to be a barbecue stream. So okay, so there's where we were sitting. There's the view from where we were sitting, and that is one of those self-driving cars. That's why I took that shot. It was moving, it was driving, so I didn't have much of a chance to get the shot. So that's why it's there's a big pole in the middle of the shot. But that's from our picnic table up on the second floor of Franklin's, enjoying our lunch. We kept seeing these self-driving cars going all around with cameras mounted everywhere, and they were being used as Uber, and people would get the app on their phone and they would call for them, and they would get picked up by like, I guess, a taxi that was a self-driving kind of Uber vehicle. It was pretty impressive, I gotta say. And the regular devils, the spit. Oh man, I tell you, Jason Love, the barbecue there. But yeah, that was quite cool to see these self-driving cars going everywhere with cameras everywhere. I don't know how much one of those cars is worth, but quite a bit. Ah, way to go with the editing again, Steve. I cut off the top of the sign, but that is Franklin's Barbecue. You know what? Next time I'm going to have to go through these a little more carefully and edit them properly. I said that last time too. But yeah, that is Franklin's Barbecue. That is the sign. And oh, okay. So this is not a barbecue picture. This is this is up north on the way to Fort Worth. I'm driving from Austin to meet up with some friends in Fort Worth, and on the way, about halfway up, there is this town with a big lake. You can see it on the map of Texas, and I forget the name. Is it Bennett? I want to say Bennett Lake. And yeah, it was just a fantastic. Now I met my friend Sean Carter there, because that's his neck of the woods, and I think it was I want to say Lake Bennett maybe. And yeah, he took me there, and it was just really nice to see. Really nice to see. Yeah, you know, from going from the city in Austin, going to the nice nature and the surroundings there with the lake there. It was beautiful. I think it is Lake Bennett. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone in the chat? I know there's some people who live in Texas there, but maybe Lake Bennett. I could be wrong. Something along those lines. But it was nice to get it in the countryside anyway. Oh yeah, I didn't know you were in my neck of the woods. I sure was. It was fantastic there. I really enjoyed it. I got there, Booty Duty Nick. I got there for a week, and I could have spent a lot. I could still be in Texas. I could spend a lifetime there. I think there's so much to see and do, and it's not all desert, as you can see. That was beautiful, and right on the way up to Fort Worth. It's west of the highway, a little town south of Waco, and I'd have to pull out the map to find it exactly. But yeah, just a gorgeous little town. And yeah, no, love being there. Okay, and Jason Love says, oh, okay, I'll read your first part here. Jason Love says, I've heard certain Tesla cars drive to their owners. Oh yeah, yeah. Or should I say, probably a signal from Keys or someone related to the vehicle. Yeah, no doubt. That is cool. And yeah, that picture, I was too tall for my camera. That's never happened before, I assure you. And PvP, yes, I did hear this. Did you hear Doug Ford killed trade talks with the U.S. in his dumbass Reagan ad? Yep, I sure did. Well, because they took it out of context. Reagan actually was enacting tariffs at that time when that video was clipped, and they didn't show the whole. Of course, they took it out of context. But yeah, I heard. Yeah, it's not going to go well. We can't play hardball with a country 8 times our population. They're 8 times our population, and yet their GDP is 13 times bigger in the latest numbers I just saw. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Check my Facebook. Oh, okay. Yeah, I sure will. I don't check it often, but I sure will. After the stream, I sure will. Heading out. Okay, well, thanks for being here, PvP. Good to have you here. As always, have a good weekend, PvP. Yes, it is coming up to Halloween, so it's a good weekend. It's hunting season. It's wood gathering season. It's still not too cold out. It was hoodie weather today, but well above freezing. So it's still nice to get outside. And okay, right. So outside of Fort Worth, let me pull this up. Outside of Fort Worth, there's a small little town. No, it's not Fort Worth. Outside of where Sean Carter lives, there's a small little town that he took me on a little drive-through, little tour, and it reminded me of just like old school Americana, like just like a typical, American town from the past, and it was just and I've got to remember. Let me see if I can find it on the map. I thought I had the name of the town in my head, and it just I've completely blanked on it. So let me see. Try and pull it up there, but now what I did. Oh, here we go. Bingo. So I will share my stream or my screen. Yes, it is wood season. Jason Love says, especially when Ginger Wolf is around. You got it, my friend. You said that. So I'm going to remove that, and let's share this screen. Let's pull up this one. Yeah, okay. There we go. So you should be able to see. So this is Texas, right? You're looking at America. And Texas is in the southwest here. And here's Austin. And here's where I spent a good deal of my time, right here in Austin. But just north, there it is, Belton. It wasn't, I was wrong. It was Belton, that little town of Belton. And there's the lake there. That's Lake Belton. Belton Lake, I guess it is. Lake Belton, Belton Lake. So that's what we were looking at there, part of Belton Lake. And the little town of Belton, it's kind of cool. I liked it. And Temple is another kind of town it's in the area there that I drove through a little bit. But the little town we're looking at right now with the pictures is the little town of Belton. And it's just, right there, about an hour north of Austin. And the lake is actually quite big. I was quite impressed with that. But yeah, I got a chance to see the countryside, I guess, driving from Austin here in the center, driving north through Waco, and then up to Fort Worth, which is half of Dallas, I guess. I didn't know they were the same city, but basically Fort Worth and Dallas are two halves of the same area and the same city. And it was fantastic to see that. So thank you, Sean Carter, for showing me around there. And let's get back. Let's stop that. Yeah, let's stop that right away. And we'll pull up the pictures again. And let's stop that one. Yes. And we'll pull up these ones. Yeah, so little town of Belton. And Sean was nice enough to drive me around. And it was kind of cool just to see a small little Americana town, I thought it was cool. And anyway, this is now I did take some photos of Fort Worth. So Tyron Lethbridge and Rennie L were up in Fort Worth, and I stayed with them overnight, and we got to explore a little bit of Austin. Sorry, not Austin, Fort Worth. And so this is uh, the county courthouse right there in Fort Worth. It's at the city hall, and I think that's City Hall. I don't think is there a yeah, there's a courthouse in there too, I think. Sure, let's go with that. And yeah, just more just little, Fort Worth was very typical Americana, I guess. I want to say. I took some. Oh, this is sorry. This is back to Belton. Yeah, this is back to Belton with Sean Carter. So, beautiful, beautiful little home, little kind of hometown kind of feel to it, and nice, just a nice little area. There you go, the old school Texaco gas station there in Belton. Uh, yeah, just a cool little town. And here we go. So here's Fort Worth. There's the Fort Worth skyline. Uh, and I thought it was a little bigger than I thought. Now I didn't get a chance to get into Dallas because I spent my time with hanging out with Tyron, and we went shooting a couple of firearms. That was a lot of fun. So I didn't get a chance to explore Dallas, but this is Fort Worth, and it was bigger than I thought. It was more built up than I thought. Yeah, and again, the infrastructure, the highway infrastructure. Anyone coming from Canada, uh, I mean, we've only got two major cities that might have infrastructure like that. Toronto and Vancouver. Uh, just the highways, just the just the massive freeways and all the building, always something going on, always industry going on, construction. America looked like it was booming, or at least this part of America was booming. Um, just really productive. It felt like they were doing something. So it was good to see. I don't get that same impression around some of the cities around me, anyway. But yeah. Ooh, what are we looking at there? That is in Fort Worth, and that is the stockyards, and that looks like the ass end of a bull, a bronze bull. Yep, that's a bucking bronco. No, that's a bucking bronco, isn't it? With a saddle, and I managed to take a photo of his ass. That's a bronze ass of a large animal. There you go. Why would I have done that? Oh, it's the John Wayne Museum. There we go. The John Wayne and American Experience. And then, oh, that is a bull. Yep. Okay, that's a bull. Bronze bull and the John Wayne Experience behind. And we went for barbecue instead of going in there. I don't regret that choice. Oh, and I cut off this bronze cowboy's head. But that's a nice shot of his horse. Damn it. Well, that is a bronze statue. What am I doing? This is amateur hour, folks. Uh, Cut off the nice cowboy's head, but that is his horse. It's a nice bronze statue. Lots of bronze statues in and around the area called the Stockyards in Fort Worth. I enjoyed the neighborhood. Lots of cobblestone. It had some culture to it. It had nice atmosphere. And Snort a Poop as Q Burr says the highways around Dallas are even bigger. That's part of the reason why I didn't go in there, Snorty, because I figured if I go into Dallas, I'm going to be 4 hours. So that's exactly part of the reason why I didn't go in there. Yeah, I am a headhunter, confirmed. Yeah, I cut off the heads off. Well, it's because it's amateur hour here uh, today. Okay, now there's the full animal. That is a Texas Longhorn. I didn't know they came spotted, but sort of like dogs. But yeah, there's the Texas Longhorn. That's the real deal. That is a live animal, and yeah, I didn't know they came spotted colored like this. And as always, since it is Halloween coming up, shout out to our friend Cardinal Sin, because I know Halloween was his favorite time of the year and his favorite holiday. So shout out, as always, drinking from the Cardinal Sin mug. Oh yeah, wonderful. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I do try and keep some consistency and try and do the shows on Thursday nights, but last night just real life situations got in the way. It was a fun situation, not a bad situation, and just out to dinner and with friends, and it one thing led to another. But I'm quite happy to be here with you all this afternoon. I didn't know if anyone would be watching this afternoon, so thank you very much for joining me. And the idea was to sneak this show in before Doomcock's Friday Night Frolics. But he has postponed that until Sunday. So I think we're going to be doing that Sunday afternoon. And Booty Duty Nick says, if you look at cows, they all have unique hairdos. Really? You know what? I bet you're not pulling my leg. I bet you're serious about that. I believe you. I honestly believe you. R.I.P. Cardinal Sin, says Old Man Bird. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I say that every time I raise that cup. Yeah, which is often. Which is quite often. Jason Love in the chat says, we are the princes of the universe. There can be no rival. We've come to be the rulers of you, of if you all. There can be only one. I agree. That's what the Longhorns are saying to themselves? Yeah. So there you go. Oh, there you go. There's the Stockyards station, and just a nice historic part of Fort Worth. So if you do get into Fort Worth, it's it's smaller. Like it had the downtown part was bigger than I thought with the skyscrapers. I thought Dallas would have those, but Fort Worth had some as well. But other parts of Fort Worth were quite unique, and this nice historic part was nice to walk around. It was buzzing with energy. There were lots of Texans of Mexican descent that were all over the place there as well, and so it wasn't just a bunch of old white cowboys walking around. It was like people of all kinds of different backgrounds, and it was everyone enjoying the Western theme. You know, it was that. Yeah, I did originally read it like that, Jason Love. Indeed, we can figure it out. We're not dumb. We can figure that out. You're this group of circle of friends and YouTubers is pretty smart, pretty with it. I'll tell you that from my personal experience. The more of them I meet, the more that is true. Okay, so Tyron and Rennie and I went for, you got it, barbecue, and we went to Risky's Barbecue. That's right. The name is Risky's Barbecue. Snortopupus Cuber in the chat says Dallas is a bit more eastern, but Fort Worth is where the West begins. Yep. Okay, I believe that. I used to watch Dallas all the time, just bits and pieces, because it was on the show when JR was getting shot back in the 80s. I think everyone was, as soon as JR got shot, people started watching. But yeah, this is Risky's Barbecue, and it was packed. It was packed in there with families and like lots of cowboy hats, and yeah, it was just fantastic. And yes, I am wearing my Texas shirt, by the way. Darn right. Don't mess with Texas. And that may or may not be some of the target shooting that Tyron and I were allegedly may or may not have been shooting safe for YouTube. I can't talk too much about it for YouTube, but yeah, Tyron and I went. We played with some noisemakers. Let's put it that way. And you know what? I held up my own. Now he's obviously it's what he does as a as a job. So he's a better shot than I am at least with those machines. If we were on my home turf, would see how he could handle himself. But I held up okay with him. You know, I think I did okay. And there we go. You know what? Just love it. I just love the pride. Texans to me, in my opinion, seem to be a proud people, but humble. And that is I know that's kind of a weird oxymoron, juxtaposition of attitudes, but they're very proud Texans, very proud to be Americans, and they were proud at how polite they are with each other and how civilized they were, um, but humble as well. Um, it was just real nice, down home Southern humbleness to them. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I try to keep. I'm hopefully. I think I'm going hunting here. I'm gonna end the stream here in about 10 minutes or so, and I'm gonna go see if I can get a buck out there. So we'll see. Hopefully, if I can see one, I don't need long to get a shot off. Snortipoopas Q Burr in the chat says, ironically, I watched Dallas when I lived in Dallas. Too many people in Dallas tried to act like JR. Really? That's okay. That's funny. Semi-automatic hole punchers. That's exactly right. Long distance semi-automatic hole punchers. Bingo. But yeah, I just love the big flags everywhere in Texas. They are proud. Okay, and can someone? I couldn't figure out what kind of a plant this was, but I walked around Eugene Bird, Old Man Bird. I walked around your neighborhood and I grabbed some pictures of the local, I guess, flora that we don't have in this part of Canada, and or on the East Coast either, as I've lived on both coasts of Canada, the East and West, and I have not seen. So if you know what that is, I'm impressed. Dallas did have a great opening, almost as good as Hawaii 5-0, but not quite. But yeah, I was just fascinated with the beautiful flora around Texas. They have a lot of beautiful plants and things that I've never seen before. So there's another shot of it. That's the same plant, but it has these like frilly, these puffy, fuzzy cotton ball type things to it. It was amazing. And Old Man Bird says Texas would be privileged to have Canadian Spider-Man. Oh man, I would love to. Well, I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna make that happen, my friend. Texas definitely suits me, and I was quite happy to be there and be a part of it. And I would be very, very proud to be living there. Proud as anyone else. And yeah, the sheriff of Hayes County, I thought that was cool. A little sheriff car there. And ooh, there's I thought that was kind of a cool sunset shot of a barbecue place that's south of Austin, driving on the highway there. What is that? Yeah, no, I didn't get a chance to go in there. It's just a typical. You see this driving through Texas is just like a roadhouse type barbecue joint, just out, not necessarily out in the middle of nowhere, but just off the highway, And as the sun was going down, I just thought, wow, this is a place that's you're gonna have a good time in there. We were on our way to Black, so we had a good time there, but this was just a typical barbecue spot, and you could see families pulling in there and going in to have a great meal at a reasonable price, and that was fantastic. Oh, and is Mr. Stark is in the chat? Is he? Hey, saying hi before card night. Oh, fantastic, Tony. Good to see you, and thank you for having me on your channel last night. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. And Sashi, hello, Sashi. Sashi says, greetings, everyone. Good morning from Malaysia. Well, excellent to have you here, Sashi. And Sashi, if you ever get a chance to go to Texas, yes, thank you. Old Man Bird says the Cruise Market Barbecue. Cruise Market Barbecue. That looks like a fantastic spot. And am I going to change my name to Texican Spider-Man? You know what? I would. I would. Absolutely, I would. Yep. 100%. I just got to figure out how to make it happen. There are a couple of ways to go about it. One of them is being rich. Another one is opening up a business. So those are two options that I'm looking at right now. We'll see. And saying hello to everyone. So yeah, that's just typical Texas barbecue. And that is the name of the place. Okay, thank you, Old Man Bird. So this is where we ended up going, to Black's Barbecue. And I believe I started the stream with a shot of the food at Black's, and the thumbnail was my meal from this place. and it was just a great evening. Yeah, a fun place. Yeah, that's it. Open 8 days a week. Yes, it does say that. So that is all the photos I have for tonight. That is the last of my Texas photos. And we mainly focused on barbecue tonight, which I'm not sad about. A little bit of Fort Worth, showing you a little bit of the stockyards in Fort Worth. I'll do a better job of editing that photo so it'll show the whole thing. But yeah, a little bit of old Fort Worth, a little bit of new Fort Worth. And then, yeah, just a couple of little small towns right in the middle of nowhere. Just, I love Texas. I loved it. Down, and the countryside as well. Sean Carter, thank you very much for driving me around to this lake. That was awesome. That was a good time. I enjoyed eating a meal with you, your home cooked chili. That was a pleasure and an honor, and to meet you and go to your house. And thank you very much for showing me this. Yeah, it was a real nice break to get into a little bit of the nature. So that's in the area of Belton. Temple is a pretty big town, just south of Waco, between Austin and Waco. That's Belton Lake, and nice little region. It's a pretty big region. It was probably better part of an hour to drive here, coming from Sean's place, but yeah, it's a nice area. It's a beautiful area. That whole region north of Austin is just beautiful. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And okay, Footworth says, "Hey, excellent. Good to have you here. Good to have you back again, FKCH. HC, rather. Has accounting started yet? No, the classes start November 4th, so after Halloween. So I'll have a nice chance to get ready for hunting and get ready for winter before I start into the accounting courses. But yeah, November and December will be strictly accounting. Molecular Arts in the chat says, yes, CSM, there are a lot of smart people in this group. This is the future of the internet. In the ocean of AI slop, etc., there will be authentic individuals interacting. Well said. You know what? I'm going to leave that up. Well said, my friend. You're right. And we've been just about an hour. I appreciate you joining me. And yeah, that's Franklin's barbecue. Again, with the cutting off of the heads. I don't know why. Yeah, that was such a good barbecue. Oh man, Texas. Oh, you really know how to feed people. I'll tell you that. Thanks for being here, Jason Love. Excellent. Yeah. So I will be doing a travel stream on Thursday. It couldn't be helped that I had to move it to Friday, which kind of worked out because I know Doomcock is not doing a show tonight. So at least maybe you can enjoy this. But yeah, just a wonderful place. Austin, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Texas in general. Yeah, just wonderful people. And it was a lot more green than I expected. There's a lot more vegetation in Texas. There's just as much meat in Texas. I wasn't disappointed there. There's Franklin's barbecue. No, that's not Frank. That's Black's. Yeah, that's the Blacks. That was so good. Yep, that was a big cow. Delicious food. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. And Diane Sawyer, thanks for being here. There you go. Yeah, we'll end on that. That is the Blacks. Oh man, that was good. All right. Thank you to all my Texas friends for hosting me down there and showing me such a great time. All of you, I really appreciate it. And the food did not disappoint at all. It was fantastic. So thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And I'll be again next Thursday. I'll be doing Thursday night travel talk with Spidey, and we'll be going somewhere around the globe. And I'm downloading some more pictures that I've had stored, and I've also got to I'm digitizing some that are actually photo negatives. So I might be able to get that done in time to go somewhere in Europe next Thursday. or we'll see. Maybe a spooky Halloween theme too. Thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll end the stream there. Have a good weekend. Have an excellent weekend. And if you can, if you do live anywhere near a barbecue joint, especially if you're in Texas, go have some barbecue for those of us that can't. Good night.